She turned to the nursery. Let's read the lesson from the place where we. This is part 4 of this lesson, part 3 or part 4. She turned to the nursery and called Yumi, but the children heard her voice and she had to go in for a moment and smile at them and play with the baby boy, now nearly 3 months old. So she was there calling Yumi, who is a maid servant who is looking after her children. Right? But the children heard her voice. When she called out the name of Yumi, mother's voice was heard. And what did she had to go for a moment and smile and play with the baby boy, now nearly 3 months old. The baby was only 3 months old. Oh, the baby's soft black hair, she motioned with her mouth, Yumi, come with me. And she just went with the child, played with the child for a while and asked Yumi to come to follow with her. I'll put the baby to bed, Yumi replied. He's ready. Okay, I will. She said that I will put that baby for sleeping on bed and he's ready. She went with Yumi into the bedroom next to the nursery and stood with the boy in her arms while Yumi spread the sleeping quilt on the floor and laid the baby between them. So that was the preparation done to put the baby over the floor. Let's see. Then Hannah led the way. Then Hannah led the way quickly and softly to the kitchen. The two servants were frightened at what their master had just told them. Other servants were also told to help them in that procedure, and they were very scared. They were very frightened. They were very much. They did not like this servant who were there working inside the house of Dr. Shadao. Did not like the action of their master to give the shelter to the enemy in their house, right, in his house. So they were very scared that, because they were also aware that their master can also be there in danger. If somebody would come to know that their master Dr. Shadao had given shelter to an enemy, the life, he can be arrested, he can be sentenced to death. Let's see. The two servants were frightened at what the master had just told them. The old gardener was also a house servant, pulled a few hairs on his upper lip. One old servant who was a very angry man, he became that much angry, knowing the fact that their master Dr. Shadao had given shelter to enemy inside out. How he expressed his anger. He became that much angry, and how he expressed his anger, pulled a few hair on his upper lip. He just pulled few hair from his mustache to express his anger. The master would not hear the wound of this white man, he said that. He must not save, he must not rescue, he must not save the life of this man because he is our enemy. He said bluntly to Hannah. He was giving answer, he was talking very rudely with Hannah. The white man ought to die. He must die. Why are you saving the life of this man? First he was shot, then the sea caught him and wounded him with her rocks. So 2 times he was attacked. He was shot, then after in the sea he was badly wounded by the rocks. If the master did what the gun did and what the sea did, they will take revenge on us. So he expressed his anger by saying he believed in superstition that if master saved the life of this man, then the gun and the sea would take revenge on them. I will tell him what you say. And Hannah was trying to make him cool and calm and relaxed and said that, okay, I will convey what you are saying to my husband. I will tell him what you say. Hannah replied courteously, because he was there in the state of angry mood. So she did not become like him. But she herself was also frightened, although she was not superstitious as the old man. She was not. She was a very pragmatic. She was very practical lady, right? She was a high educated lady. So she did not believe what Gardner was believing. Could it ever be well to could it ever be well to to help the enemy. Nevertheless, he told Yumi to fetch the hot water and bring it to the room where the white man was. She asked Yumi immediately to go and ask her, requested her to go, order her to go and bring fetch the hot water so she can wash the body of wounded man. She went ahead and slid back the partition. She just went and partition. She moved just partition. Sada was not yet there. Sada was not. It was busy. Yumi following put down her wooden bucket. She just put down her wooden bucket. Then she went over to the white man. When she saw him, her thick lips folded. When she saw him, her thick lips folded themselves to stubbornness. She was very angry and she just bent her. She folded her lips in order to show her anger. I have never washed a white man. I have never washed a white man, and I will not wash so dirty a one now. I have never washed it, white man, and I will not wash it. So she also expressed her anger before Hannah, and she refused to wash the dirty body of that wounded American escaped prisoner. And I tried at her severely. You do what your master commands you. They both had hot argument, and she said that you had to do it what your master is saying. There was a fierce look of resistance upon Yumi's round dull face. There was a fierce look of resistance upon Yumi's round dull face that Hannah felt unreasonably afraid. After all, if the servant should report something that was not as it happened. She refused to follow the commandment. She refused to follow the order of her master. And when she looked at the face of Yumi, she was that much angry. Looking at the face of Yumi, she decided that if the same servant, if Yumi or any other servant would go and report it that they had given shelter to enemy, then their life or the entire life, Dr. Shadao's life and her life can also be there in danger. So she decided to keep silent. She did not react before her servant. There was fierce look, okay. When she said with dignity, you understand, we only want to bring him to his senses so that we can turn him. When she said with dignity, you understand, we only want to bring him to his senses so that we can turn him over as a prisoner. So she was trying to make him realize that their intention is just to save the life of this man, and then after once he get recovered, they would hand over this man to the police. She was trying to make him understand. She was trying to make her understand like this. I have nothing to do with it. Yumi said. Yumi replied very bluntly. She said, मुझे उससे कोई मतलब नहीं है. आप जो करो. I am a poor person and it is not my business. What you are doing, it is not my business. Then please, Hannah said, return to your own work. And by this way, she asked her to go and do her work, means to look after her children. At once, Yumi left the room, but this left Hannah with the white man alone. Now she was left alone. Dr. Sada was busy with other work. Yumi was no more inside the room. Now she was left all alone with that white man. She might have been too afraid to stay had not her anger and his stubbornness now sustained her. Even she did not like to be left alone with that white man, but because of the angry mood of Yumi, her ego did not allow her to leave this fellow to leave this fellow again. Means her ego just came, and she had a self-respect, self-esteem, and because of that, she was just standing all alone to wash the white man body, dirty white man body. Right? At once Yumi left the room, but this left Hannah with the white man alone. She might have been too afraid to stay had not her anger and Yumi's stubbornness now sustained her. So what made her stand? Her anger and Yumi's stubbornness now sustained her. Because she was angry, and because of this reason she was standing. Stupid Yumi, she muttered fiercely. Stupid women, she muttered fiercely, is this anything but a man? And she was there talking herself. And she said, he was overall man, he is an overall human being. And wounded, helpless man, he should be helped. She was there talking. In the conviction of her own superiority, she bent impulsively and untied the knotted rugs that kept the white man covered. So that white man was covered with the rugs, covered with that particular clothes, and it was banded and it was tied. So she unfolded the rugs, knots she unfolded, and rugs means one kind of particular clothes, knotted rugs that kept the white man covered. When she had his breast bare, when she had his breast bare, she laid the small clean towel that she had brought into the steaming hot water and washed his face carefully. So the hot water that was brought by Yumi, she dipped the small clean towel in order to clean the body of that. The man's skin, though rough, was of fine texture. He had a fine texture. He had a very soft skin, right? The man's, though rough, was of fine texture. Though it was rough skin, but it was very smooth and must have been very blonde, beautiful, or white, light color blonde. When he was a child, he must be looking very white, very handsome, very white when he was child. Weiss was thinking these thoughts, though not really liking the man better now that he was no longer a child. As he realized that he is no longer a child, he is a man, he is a wounded man, he is an enemy. She kept on washing him until his upper body was quite clean. She cleaned the upper body of that white man, but she dare not turn him over, and she was not able to turn him over like this in order to clean the backside, right? Where was Shana? And she was thinking, where is my husband? Now her anger was getting, see now her anger was decreasing, and she was anxious again, and she rose, wiping her hands on the wrong towel. See, because she had a double mind. So even she wiped her towel on the wrong towel. Then as the man be changed, she put the quilt over him. She afraid that this man who was washed just now by her might feel cold, might feel chill. So she covered the body of that man with the quilt. So now she called softly. She called, where is my husband? Sadao. He had been about to come in when she called. He was about to come. His hand had been on the door, and now he opened it. She saw that he had brought his surgeon's emergency bag and that he wore his surgeon's coat. Doctor was now ready to do operation, and he went at particular place. He went into his room in order to bring his equipment, surgeon's emergency equipment, and his bag. You have decided to operate, she cried. And she had a discussion that if he had decided to operate that fellow, yes, he said shortly. He turned his back to her and unfolded sterilized. Yes, he said shortly. He turned his back to her and unfolded a sterilized towel upon the floor of the tokonoma alcove and put his instrument out upon it. He said shortly. He turned his back to her and said, yes, I am there going to do operation. It has to be done to save the life of this man. If you could delay, then his life can also be there in danger. And unfolded sterilized towel. He unfolded a sterilized towel in which his all equipments were put. Towel upon the floor of the tokonoma alcove. So the one kind of floor was there, which is non-Japanese tokonoma alcove. So was looking very good, very beautiful, and put his instrument out upon it. Tokonoma alcove is a room also. It's a Japanese room, right, where old items are put for display. Fetch towel, he says. He asked his wife to go and fetch She went obediently, but now anxious now to the linen shelves and took out the towel. She just went to that cupboard and she was very much worried about that shelves. Anxious now to the linen shelves and took out the towels. There ought also to be old pieces of matting so that the blood would not ruin the fine floor covering. She was very much worried about the cover which was there on the floor, and she thought that if they had it, or if she had it, the old piece of clothes, then the floor can also be saved from dirtiness. So that the blood would not ruin the fine floor cover, she went out to the back veranda where the gardener kept strip of matting with which to protect delicate slug on cold nights and took an armful of them. So she went to the garden where pieces of clothes were put on shrubs. Right? She went out to the back veranda where the gardener kept strips of matting with which to protect delicate slugs on cold nights and took an armful of them. Anyway, now we'll discuss the procedure of operation, where what happened when the operation was being done, and what was the reaction, what happened to Hannah, right? How servants were reacting, what happened thereafter. We'll discuss the rest of the lesson. This is very interesting lesson. I request you to go through this lesson. You will, and other than this, I would request you to go through the YouTube videos, where you will inshallah get many more videos with regards to this lesson. But give the priority to watch school-based video so you can understand well. Thank you.